So she was like, we don't have any exact dates on our website, so I don't know where you got that from. I said I paid for a available now unit to move in on the 11th. What's going on, y'all? Welcome back to my channel. I ain't do it right this time, but you know, you ever been like a little exhausted, you don't really feel like, you know, giving a theme what it's supposed to give. But yeah, so I am back today because my business cards came in. I'm really excited. I'm actually about to open that up with y'all. I got some stuff to tell y'all too. I got the worst blisters on my feet, so I just went to an interview for a senior citizen home, and it's 118 degrees out, and I had on heels and I was walking through rocks. Remind you, I didn't know this was like a brand new company, so it's still construction being done. They still doing construction, so by them doing construction still, it's like nowhere to walk. So I had to park on the street. I didn't know I was gonna have to do that, but when I parked on the street, we had to park super far. So I was walking with heels on. I didn't have no other shoes. All I had was Crocs, which would have been super unprofessional. So I just wore the heels, walked in the rocks. So now I have 2 big blisters on each foot. It hurts so bad, and I don't know when I'm gonna be able to walk again normally. So yeah, I'm a little bit sad about that, but yeah, I'm gonna open up these business cards, and I got a story to tell y'all about something that happened with me with Atlanta, because y'all are gonna be really surprised. I know this isn't the best setup, but I could have went inside the studio room. But yeah, okay, so here is my business cards. Let's go ahead and open it up. Let's see how they look. This is the box, this is the packaging. I have business cards here, and I also made some posters. That way I can put it on people's doors and, you know, cars and stuff. I don't plan on touching nobody's cars, so I plan on, you know, putting it on the door. Now let's see. Oh, the business card is so cute. Okay, I'm getting a feel. I'm getting a feel. I'm just trying to make sure my business cards aren't like super thin. Yeah, look at my business cards, y'all. I'm super happy. Look how gorgeous that is. Beautiful business cards. This is the back of it. It has my name, it has my address, my phone number, and everything. Well, not my personal address, but my office address. But let me show y'all. I had made these beautiful business cards. I love how they got it like bundled up and stuff. But I mean, not business cards, posters. So this is how these look. So it says dream home. So this is how the front look. This is what I'll be putting on people's doors, and then this is the back. I put my message of like what my job will be if you choose me as a realtor. So it says, are you paying $1,200 plus for rent? Let's get your dream home. Stop paying mortgage prices for rent, because everybody know it's high out here in Vegas. And let me get you out of this. You ain't got to do this. All you need is a 580 credit score and up. So a lot of people don't know that all you need is a 580 credit score. So a little bit about me. Let me be your realtor. My goal is to help those who are tired of paying expensive rent. I know how it feels to want more space and not knowing the proper steps to take next. My job to you is to find your dream home, honesty, loyalty, and to educate you through the process. Let's get your keys to happiness. But let me know what y'all think. Am I corny? Am I corny for writing that? I think I did good. I'm speaking from the heart. I'm speaking the truth. Speaking from experience, you know. I was supposed to be moving to Atlanta, and I actually was applying for apartments. So like I said, I just moved here, but originally I was supposed to be living in Atlanta. So I applied for apartments. Nowadays, they have it where you have to pay the security deposit plus the application fee. I think this is something new because I don't remember doing this last year and the years before that. So I believe this is something new, but you have to pay security plus application fee. So I applied for 2 apartments. I had other apartments that I was supposed to apply for, but it just wasn't like, it was so many complaints on those apartments where it was like, I don't trust it. I really don't. So I applied for 2 apartments. One was a penthouse and then the other one was just a beautiful, nice, like something like what I'm living in now, nice and simple, 2-bedroom, open space. It was more homey. The other one was a penthouse, so it had the windows that go all the way around, you know, 360 windows, all that. So that's what I wanted, and that was a 3-bedroom, 2-bathroom. So fast forward, I ended up applying for that apartment, and when I applied for it, I paid $370. $70 was the application fee for me and Sean, so $35, and then the $300 was the security deposit to hold the space. When I applied for this apartment, it was wait, January, February, March, April, May. So it was May 25th. I was supposed to move there June 11th. So I waited and waited and waited. I was continuing to wait because I haven't received the call. Like, I kept calling, and then they didn't answer. So I'm like, let me just go ahead and apply so I can hold this space for this unit. So I applied, then I started to call them because time ended up going by and I wasn't hearing anything back. So when that ended up happening, I had decided to send out email, and then finally I got in touch with somebody. They did have an attitude. It was the weirdest thing ever because, like, I never had like a conversation with people that live in Atlanta, so I didn't have any experience on like how they act, but super weird. She had attitude for no reason. I'm asking about my application because, remind you, when I applied, it was the 25th. I was supposed to move in on the 11th, but time went on, which was like a week, and now at this point I only have a couple of days to know whether or not I got the apartment or not, and I have to start packing up because I live all the way in Vegas. I would have to know now because I have to start packing up to drive down there and all of that stuff. So she had an attitude. She was like, oh, we're gonna have to call you back on Tuesday so you and such and so can fill out the application together. Remind you, I filled out the application, so I was a little confused. So I'm like, oh, I did the application already, you know, this and that. And she was like, oh no, you have to wait till Tuesday so she can tell you what to put down, which I thought was weird because I'm like, why do you have to tell me what to put down when I know what I have, what type of income I have, and all that stuff. So anyways, Tuesday come, I didn't receive the call, so I ended up calling them, and I'm like, hey, I'm supposed to have an appointment, this and this and that. And then she like, oh, I'm sorry, we forgot all about the appointment, we have to wait because she stepped out for lunch. So I'm like, okay, whatever. Remind you, they needed Sean present. At this time, Sean has to leave because he have to go to the gym. He already was late to the gym because he waited for this appointment. So I told them, like, hey, my husband have to leave, he's not going to be able to be here while we do this. And they're like, okay, you can just fill out his portion for him. So time goes by, like an hour and a half, and then the lady finally called. We started doing the application together. The lady who actually called this time, she was really sweet, she was nice. We started doing the application together. She started telling me what to put down and all this stuff, and then I'm just doing it, like, you know. But we get all the way to the end of the paper, and when we get to the end of the paper, she said, yeah, put down that you're moving in August 8th. And I was like, I can't put down that I'm moving in August 8th because I applied for an available now unit to move in June 11th. I said, my lease is about to be up. I have to move on a date that I paid for, because I already paid for the security deposit to hold the spot. So that's when she was like, oh, hold on real quick. So she put me on hold, and she came back and she was like, oh, we're not opening up till August, so you'll have to move in August. And I was like, oh, well, you can just send me my money back because I have to be out of my apartment literally within a couple of days, because at this time now I only have a couple of days left. So I'm like, I have to be out of my apartment within a couple of days. You can just send me my money back plus my application fee, since this wasn't a mistake on my end. I never completed the application and it wasn't my fault. This is something that you all advertised online, which was false information, and it's not true. Y'all not opening up till August, but you have it as available now with different dates on there as far as June. So she was like, okay, give me a moment, hold on. So she put me on hold again. She was like, let me transfer you over. She transferred me over to another rude person. I don't know why they so rude, but their attitudes are so ugly. But she transferred me over to another person, and when she transferred me over, the lady was like, yeah, we're not giving you back your application. That was for us to run your credit, this and this and that, to do the documents, all this other stuff. And I was like, yeah, but y'all haven't did that yet, because I haven't did the application yet. Like, remind you, we have not did this application at all. Like, it's not done yet. It wasn't done unless I put down the date. That was the very last page. We made it to the end. So I'm like, it's not done yet, so just send me my money. I said, that's $70, and this was a mistake on y'all end. This is not my fault. This is your fault. I'm supposed to move in June 11th. So she was like, we don't have any exact dates on our website, so I don't know where you got that from. I said, I paid for a available now unit to move in on the 11th. And she was like, oh, well, we don't have that on our website. So she basically tried to tell me I was lying. So anyways, I'm like, okay, you know what, forget it, I'm not gonna argue with this woman. So I said, how long is it gonna take to get my security deposit back? She said 30 days. I said, okay, thank you, and I hung up. So when I hung up, the other lady ended up calling back, you know, telling me she was so sorry and stuff and all this other stuff. Then that was that. So 30 days go by, still no still no security deposit. Okay, cool, let me see what's going on. So I'm calling them, same thing, no pickups. They're not picking up the phone. So I'm a little irritated. I'm like, okay, whatever. So I start doing emails and stuff again, making phone calls again, like just doing it for a good 2 weeks. And then finally somebody picked up the phone for me after 2 weeks. So remind you, it was 30 days, but now you add another 14 days. That's 44 days. So that's 44 days that went by. So I'm like, hey, I still haven't received my security deposit. This was the day I was supposed to got it, this and this and that. Can y'all send me a tracking number so I can track where my security deposit is? And then she was, same thing, saying, hold on. I'm like, okay. So she went to go check. She was like, oh, we haven't had nobody to send out the security deposits yet. We have to wait until we get somebody to send it out. You're supposed to receive it in 30 days. I said, I know, it's been over 30 days. Like, what are y'all talking about? So she was like, oh, we have to wait until somebody actually do it, and then once they like put it in the system, then it'll take 30 days. So I'm like, okay, whatever. Remind you, at this point, as soon as the lady told me, like prior to this, as soon as she told me that she wasn't giving me my $70 plus the $300, I had already filed a dispute with my bank. So I was just trying to see who was gonna send it first, because whoever sent it first, okay, cool, and that's that. So I had already seen that they was on games. So at this point, I'm just waiting on my bank. I'm still waiting on $370 to come back to me. So yeah, I'm still waiting on that. But more of the story is, I definitely got scammed. And they not sending that security deposit at all. I know it, because anybody that's sending a security deposit, you would have sent it, you would have called me, you would have did something. You would have gave me the tracking number. They haven't tried to communicate with me not one time. Right now, it's actually been, because this was May 25th, and then when we did the application, like together, when we was about to complete it, it was like June 7th, I believe, like June 7th or something like that. So now it's all the way in July. Yeah, it's been over 2 months now. So if they was gonna send it to me, I would have been got it. But now I just have to wait for my bank. When I first filed the dispute, which was way back the same day, my bank said it's gonna take 120 days to resolve, which is, I believe that's like 4 months. So now I'm just waiting. It's been 2 months. I got 2 more months to wait. They're just waiting to see if the people gonna respond back. So it's either they're gonna send the money or they're gonna respond back, which I highly doubt they're gonna do either. So I have to wait 2 more months for my bank to give me my money back. But yeah, I had a rough experience with Atlanta. Then yeah, it was so much stuff. I don't want to keep rambling on, but the things I was seeing in like the descriptions of all the apartments and stuff, it really scared me. And I knew I needed a single family in order to live there. So I had to move quick, because like I said, I only had a couple of days, and I did not have enough time to get a single family there, because I only had like 3 more days left. So I just had to hurry up and find something in Vegas. I literally applied for this apartment and got this. But do I plan on staying here? No, I don't. I still plan on going to Atlanta. The only thing is, I just have to take my time to find the right place. And that's kind of one of the reasons why I haven't fully unpacked. I don't know if I'm going to unpack, but so far I just really have to find like the right place to live. And that's just that, you know, find the right place to live, see what's going on with the real estate market, all of that. And also the real estate stuff, me switching my license over and stuff, it was really hard, because like with the new construction out there, I'm trying to switch over to new construction, but I don't know, I had a lot of games. Like, I even had an interview with a job. I ended up getting a job. It was a new construction. I believe it was God, what's the name of that place? It's a new construction builder, but I ended up getting a job and everything. And then when I was about to move, because I was in Wisconsin at the time, and when I came back from out of town back to Vegas, I had called them and I'm like, hey, can you, I said, can you sign this document? That's the only way I can switch the license over to you all. And he was like, oh, I still haven't got in touch with the broker yet, this and that. Remind you, I thought he was the broker. He said he was. So yeah, that was a whole nother situation. If you want me to talk about the job thing, let me know. I'll talk about that in the next video. But yeah, horrible experience with Georgia so far. I just feel like at that time I had like a short time period when I had to move. So now I have enough time since I have another place to stay in. But I kind of hate moving a lot. I hate all this back and forth and stuff. I'm trying to be settled, and I know y'all probably like, okay, why are you still trying to go to Georgia if you had a bad experience? It's because I'm trying to be somewhere where I can have like a family and all of that stuff. Like, I don't want to be in Vegas no more. It's too hot. I naturally have like really bad headaches, so most of the time I have to sleep it off. But if it's like super hot, it really makes my headaches worse. So I definitely need to get out of Vegas. I know y'all saying like, oh, it's the South. Yeah, I know it's gonna get hot in the South too, but Vegas is literally like 120 and stuff like that. So this is somewhere I do need to escape. It's not family oriented. The people is very rude. It's not pretty. Like, it's not green trees flourishing. It's just not like, it's not like a homey place for me. I'm from the Midwest, so I'm used to seeing like the beautiful greenery, flowers, front yard, backyard, inside yards, and that's something that I miss. Like, I just want to get me like a nice acre of land and have a home. So I just want to be somewhere where it's more family oriented and somewhere where I'm closer to family. I want to be closer back home instead of being here, somewhere where you get all 4 seasons. I miss seeing the leaves fall in the fall. I miss seeing the snow in the winter. So yeah, I'm still going to move. Right now I'm just taking my time to look for to transfer my license out there to a proper company. I don't want to go to any company. I want to get paid well. I want to have a nice salary. So everything, I'm sorry y'all, I got bad hiccups. So everything has to make sense. When I go out there, it has to make sense. So I'm just going to take my time. I signed a year lease, but I can always get out of it. If some of y'all don't know, let me give y'all a real estate tip. If you want to get out your lease, read your lease. You always have a buyout price, so you can buy yourself out your lease. It's normally the same price of your rent. So say for instance, you have to pay your rent 1 month, but you want to leave that same month, you have to pay your rent plus that same amount. So you have to pay it twice, and that's how you can move out. You don't have to stay the whole year. You don't have to do none of that. You can buy yourself out. So yeah, that's my plan. I signed a year lease, but I do plan on doing a buyout. Like, if I find a place to stay fast and a job fast, I will be buying myself out of my lease. I do still plan on building. So we're just gonna see where all of this takes us. I just want to give y'all this quick story. I did not know this was gonna become a story time, so I'm actually gonna upload this as a story time. This was supposed to be a vlog, but I know if I make this to a vlog, y'all gonna say I talk too much, because y'all always say I talk too much. So yeah, so that was a quick little story time for y'all. I want to thank y'all so much for tuning in, for listening to me chit chat and rumble on, and I just thank y'all so much for being here, for being my supporters, for subscribing to me. Make sure y'all hit that post notification bell, and I will see you all next time.